MCD is holding in okay. Um, it's really interesting that we have not seen a clear move yet through the 78.6. It seems like it's just waiting for something. It's it is still quite early, so I would look in time for a move over it, but not yet. So it's just holding here. Let's see if it can build some energy for a move to look back at the old highs at 317. I still have this as green because the RS is firmly up, right? And that is saying, the highest probability would be that it is building energy for a move higher. Kind of like here, it just held at the 78.6 prior to moving. Let's see if something similar happens. On the short term, there's a low that it does look like tried to form, right? And then we did make a higher high as the base case would have indicated. This is a bullish right-hand translation, right? So that would be the base case. We got it, right? This is why it's so important to really watch that closely. As soon as new highs are made, the odds shift. Do we see follow through versus that old swing high, or do we see rejection? In this case, we saw rejection, and we're holding inside of range. So what this is saying to me is that we need to see a daily close over 311.52. If that happens, it would set up a move likely quickly towards 318. Absent of that, we have to always ask that question. Are our trade entries, and I've been thinking a lot about this of late, are our trade entries inside of noise, or are we trading off of a real signal? Just really think about that for yourself for a little bit, right? Especially when volatility increases. A lot of times when you see like what we had last year with, a solid move up in the market, right? And we were really trending for almost the whole year. You could really get away with trading in a little bit more noise because you were in a dominant uptrend. This year, you have to be much more careful about that because you're not in a dominant uptrend. You're in a wide trading range where the market is not going to be as forgiving. And that is so important, is to be conscious of that, right? Don't just push buttons, right? Because you think that there's something happening, right? Observe and actually put it on your chart. Where did I buy on that chart? Like literally as we are, are looking at all of our trades, put where you bought on the chart on your daily chart. Put where you bought on your chart on your 4-hour or 2-hour. Put where you bought on your weekly based on your time frame, right? And ask yourself, am I trading in noise, or am I trading where there's actually an edge, where there's actually a signal that is saying that there are really strong odds of follow through? Because, this year more than ever, there's a lot more, hey, I'm trading inside of noise and I'm not waiting for a clear signal. And I think that is a really important thing to be looking at, right? Don't just keep trading. Don't, just because, we're open and we are seeing things moving, our job is not just to trade. We don't, we aren't there to just trade. We're there to make money, right? And in order to do that, we have to really take a step back and ask ourselves, if we're having a lot of kind of just, small losers, break evens, just kind of grinding ourselves away a little bit. Hey, am I trading inside of noise, or am I really trading when there's a clear edge in the market? Do I know if there's an edge in the market for my style? Do I even know what that means, right? These are things we have to ask ourselves, because a lot of what we're seeing, just like this right now in MCD, is there an edge right now? No, there is no clear directional edge on a short-term time frame right now in MCD. What would say to me that there is? Well, I'm seeing the number of times we trade at this high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Very close. We keep seeing selling versus that area. That's interesting to me, right? If we see a close now back over after 6 times, There are sellers who are selling it every single time it gets over there, right? If you do see a close, if, right? If that happens and you do see a close over, then you have something possibly on your hands, right? Where you could get a runner. But absent of that, what do we have here? We have range. This is trading range. This is not trend. I don't care that we have all three EMAs up, right? This is trading range. This is where you have to use your eyes to help you. Use the angle of the RS. It's now curling, right? This is trading range. There is no clear directional edge right now. So ask yourself that really closely, right? Am I trading in noise, right? Am I fooled by randomness, right? Or is there really a clear directional edge based on my process? And do I have an edge in my process? You really need to ask very closely that question, because this year, more than any year we've seen in the past couple, you have to be extremely careful to not get caught in the noise, because there is certainly a lot of noise, and a lot more noise already than we really saw all of last year.